Boom. And just like that, 8:44 coming in hot. It's Skaters on Baseball with Christian and Schmitty. And why am I so happy? Is it because the Giants took 3 out of 4 from the Rockies? Or is it just because we sent Houston home in their own town and the Flyers move forward? I don't know. I'm happy. Good day today. What's up, Christian?
Oh,
You made it
yeah,
home safe, huh?
I did. It was a pretty smooth drive, and man, it's nice to be back in high-speed internet heaven.
Yeah. No more hamsters.
Yeah, yeah, no more squirrels and whatever else. So, yeah, it's good, man. Good sports day, good sports weekend overall. I mean, the Giants, Willie Adames has arrived. Yeah,
Adamas 2 could have been 3 in
could have
any
been
other
three.
park. Any other
Yeah,
park.
yeah, 19 of 30 ballparks or something.
Yeah.
I will add a slight disclaimer on this one. It was Herman Marquez, right, who was running at 0-5 with a 9+ ERA.
Yeah.
But this major league team, like the Giants, I mean, they dropped the first one. It's like shit. But yeah, way to come through, win the series. Damas had a great game, and they got stuff from guys up and down the lineup. Some of the guys that have been hot didn't do much, and guys that haven't done much were good. Wade was 2 for 4 with an RBI. Good stuff happened. Cost
And
Cost got a knock in there. It's good stuff.
Logan Webb got a W, much
Right.
deserved and needed. But the big news that just came in, Kyle Harrison has been called up and Trevino got DFA'd. So will they be putting Hicks in the bullpen? Will they be adding a lefty to the bullpen? Time will tell. But Kyle Harrison is back with the big ball club, and they should be landing in Minnesota or already there. Or no, Chicago. But was it 3 games in Wrigley and then 3 games in Minnesota, and then they come back for the Diamondbacks and the Athletics? It's going to be a fun 2 weeks of baseball.
Yep.
I'm really excited to see how they can match up against the Cubs, because the Cubs look like one of the best teams in the National League, if not all of baseball. I mean, they've got, I think, the same record as the Giants, but they've been playing the Dodgers and big teams and playing them well. So I'm sure we'll hear from our friend Coleman sooner than later. He's probably flying his Cubs flag,
He's ready for it. Yeah, and I mean, the Giants, it's one of those things. I was listening to Kerry Crowley before the game today, and before that Marty Lurie, and because what else are you going to do in the car but listen to all the pregame for hours. And it was interesting. There's a lot of people out there that are going, oh yeah, but this, or oh yeah, but that. And I almost called Kerry up on the phone. I didn't, but I was thinking about it, because I basically wanted to say, like, look, this team's not firing on all cylinders. You find that there's shortcomings in this department with that guy, or whatever it is. But the record is the record, okay? Their record is stellar. They're keeping pace with the Padres and the Dodgers, and they're starting to move away from the Diamondbacks a little bit. And, unsustainable this, and the bottom will fall out that. But the record is what it is. And now we're moving into May, and it's like, Adames is starting to get hot, man. I mean, it's like, I think it's a harbinger of things to come. So I was kind of like, I was listening to some of these people that were calling in. They're going, oh yeah, this guy sucks, and they gotta do this and they gotta do that. It's like, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah. These are the kind of people that go into a place like SF MoMA, and they cannot find one place that is one piece of art that is complete perfection. They want every little detail exactly how they envision it. Otherwise, it's crap. And those people are never going to be happy. So, c'est la vie. We got a team that is 8 games above 500. And so, however they've won, it doesn't matter. It's just like Patrick Bailey's double today, right? Nobody's going to remember that the guy couldn't see it in the sun and it just dropped. It
Right.
just is a double in the stats. Later this year, it'll be like, there's a double. The Giants' record right now doesn't matter ifs, ands, whats, or buts. We are winning. And whatever teams come in, we have done what we needed to do. That's all you can ask.
Yeah, you got a point. I mean, you can win ugly, but the box score is the box score, and that's what people, eventually will remember. I mean, how many times have the Giants gotten the bad end of a wind aided or Sunday aided ball at Oracle? It happens to everybody, including them. So, hey, you'll take it when it happens, and that's just baseball. It's the baseball gods, whatever you want to call it. But I thought today, like they didn't let up. They just kept coming and kept having good at bats. I mean, that first home run that Adames hit, that was a 10 pitch at bat. Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you? That is,
He's
on
seeing the
it.
ball better. Yeah.
He's
And the
seeing the ball a
second
lot
one
better.
was a blast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love seeing him get that monkey off his back too, because no matter what he says or even how he thinks, his subconscious is saying, dude, you got a huge contract. You got a lot of years here. You better hit a home run in front of these fans. So to get that first one, let's go. And he's going to Chicago, where he's probably played more, games opposing than any other team, being on the Brewers and the Cubs, big rivalry. So he's going to go into Wrigley with a little swagger, and that's a home run ballpark if the wind's not blowing in. So we shall see some scoring, I think, out there. I don't know what the Cubs are throwing at us pitching wise, but I think we got Roop tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Roop tomorrow, and some people are expressing concerns over it. I don't worry about Roop. I do think that he's limited he's got 3 pitches that he throws, and so the curveball is just lights out when he's got the control. The other pitches are like his fastball, and I think he's got like a changeup that's league average, whatever, but I think Roop gets a lot of swing and miss with the curveball, and he gets a lot of guys backing off his strikes right down the middle because of that. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I mean, Chicago's going to be a buzzsaw, but hey, you know what? The Giants will rise to the occasion. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be competitive.
Time. And I'll tell you what, I'm thinking about our team, and I'm like, dude, imagine if somehow the gods just bless us next offseason and we get Kyle Tucker. If we got Kyle Tucker and a ready to play Bryce Eldridge at first, like in a season or two, this team's going to be, I love this team right now. I think I went to the game 3 out of the 4 games. I stayed home today. I was just like kind of feeling under the weather, kind of feeling ran down. So stayed home and watched it. But the crowds were full all 4 games. It's the Rockies. The Warriors are in this heated, there's a lot going on here. And the Giants are filling up the stands, and that's good to see. But what I keep hearing, callers, in person, everything, is like, this team is not the previous team. These guys are fun to watch. There was a lot of boring. It was like watching paint dry these guys before, blah, 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 blah. And now it's like, man, they're exciting. And Adames he's like, all of a sudden Yaz is, and all these guys, and they're happy, and they're like this team. And it's like, fuck yeah, that's the kind of shit you want to go out to the ballpark and hear from your guy that's next to you, that probably you're going to argue about everything else in life except for the Giants.
That's right.
And big shout out to Robert Deauville, who was out there with me prior to the game. He went inside.
Nice. Yeah, it seems like at the Yard, the vibe is great. It's positive, and everybody's got nothing but good things to say. The criticisms are muted, or they're, they're reasonable criticisms, but they're not coming with a lot of vitriol and hate, right? You still get a lot of that on the internet, and I think people's expectations, Buster comes in and we get psyched because no more Farhan, and then Buster goes out and gets Willie Adames, and we're psyched on that. But now everybody's nitpicking. Oh, we should have got the polar bear. We should have got Goldschmidt, which was the one I was, angling for all off season, was a 1-year deal with Goldschmidt. But the bottom line is this, okay? Like, I think we've talked about this a few times in the past. I think that this is an inventory year for the Giants. I think that they let Buster go out and get a shiny object or two, and said, let's see how it goes, and let's take stock of all this young talent that we have. Find out who these guys really are. And there's no way to find out who those guys are unless you play them. And you can't play them if you go out and sign 5 free agents. I mean, you already got guys, down in SAC that, they might be a major leaguer in another city, but San Francisco's got a pretty high standard now with Buster in charge, right?
Yeah.
And the injuries, people aren't taking that into account. Like losing Fitz and Schmidt and Gerard, all 3 of those guys, that's a pretty big dent in the depth that the team has, right? Because now you had to bring Wisely up from Sacramento and got Koss in there, which I like, but Wade's it for first base. I mean, he's not going to get any breaks. You're not going to put Wilmer out there. He's a defensive liability. And just for the record, Wade's defense this series at first base, digging balls out that, Chapman's making these incredible plays in left field and throwing the ball on one hop, and Wade is just swiping the ball out of the dirt. I mean, whatever his offense has been bad, I think he's up to 141 after today, but like, dude, his defense at first has been solid.
Yeah, I think you're gonna lose a lot of defense if you bring in VR. So I think he's kind of treading water until one of these guys. I did see Casey Schmidt today as he was walking in, got him to sign a couple cards and talked to him a little bit, and he said he just started doing baseball activities, so he thinks he should be back. Maybe he wasn't even going on the plane, like he's not traveling, he's just going to get treatment and work on getting better. But Fitz, I saw him too, and I think he's out for a while. He's got the cracked rib thing, and like I was like, have you sneezed? And he's like, no, I can't do that. I was like, I know, that's the worst.
Yeah, so, speaking from experience, that one is one of the worst, just because it's like you feel like you can't breathe, and then some jerk's going to make you laugh, and then the pain is just excruciating. So, but again, these are young, strong, tough dudes, right? So like they bounce back a lot quicker than somebody like us is going to.
Yeah.
So I think Schmidt, if he's starting to resume baseball activities, that's good. I think it was a grade 2 oblique that he had. And Gerard is starting to dry swing. So things are they're on their way back.
Gerard's date is May 23rd that he'll be able to come off the IL. So we got a little ways for him, and maybe Schmidt's around that time too, maybe a little earlier. Cole, I gotta answer you this. Why would Detroit trade Torkelson? They're not gonna do that. Detroit's playing really well right now, and Torkelson's a big reason. I would love to have Torkelson at first base. Until he's a free agent, I don't see it happening. I don't see Detroit trading him to us for all the scrubs we have times 2. Like I don't know. It's not going to happen. So
to be fair, Cole's got some really good takes quite often, but I'm just going to reiterate something my dad used to tell me. He's like, you can hope in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first.
The guy today at the ballpark, this lady's just having the hardest time parking, and the guy's like, I haven't used this one in a while, but how come common sense ain't so common?
Yeah, that is definitely a good one. I by the way, I tapped into a YouTube video earlier, and I could have sworn I saw a comment from you asking one of our favorite commentators out there in the world, how sick do you have to be to miss a game or to leave early?
Yeah.
So is that a comment directed at somebody, or is that asking for your own?
No, that was Gary Payton missed tonight because he was sick, and I'm like, he must have been diarrhea or something stomach wise, because I don't think a cold type thing is gonna, they can give him something to get 2 hours, I was just like, what? Yeah, no, but yeah, double meaning on that one. They wouldn't have understood that one.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy now, like, guys can get the flu or whatever, and they're just like, "Well, we need you, so we're just gonna give you an IV of fluids, and we're gonna, give you something to keep your stomach from erupting," and they got good team doctors in all professional sports now. But yeah,
Mm,
bummer. But the good thing is, the Warriors took the series, and now I can, like, at least just kind of relax for a day. When do they start the next is it,
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday in Minnesota. It's gonna be a whole different vibe though. I think Minnesota's a cleaner team. So Houston, I couldn't have them win because they're like, ugh. But if we lose to Minnesota, we lose to Minnesota. It'll be fair and square, I think. But the Houston one was just rough. Um, Coleman, you got beat. Lucky Cubs. The Screwers got lucky. Cubs should have swept. Bring on the Giants. I'm definitely have to hop on the show Wednesday. I heard it's raining in Chicago right now, but tomorrow will be scattered. So hopefully we can get the game in. I do want to give a big shout out to friend of the show, Grant McCray, 10th inning walk-off win tonight.
Nice.
Big single to drive in a run, tied down there against the Aces, which is the Diamondback AAA team. So that was good.
You know what? His time is going to come. His time is going to come.
100%.
He's a young dude. He's got a lot of energy, and the bat's going to come along, and he's got everything else. So, I mean, as much as he's probably so hungry to get up to the major league level, it's like, it's going to happen for him. I'm sure he's just too good, right? He's too fast. His defense is too solid. He's got a good arm. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So yeah, this Casso is insane. The first time I watched it, I was like, huh? And then since I've seen a few of them, it's one of the best things going in skateboarding, I think.
It's
Right?
super fun. I like the
Yep.
Japanese ones, and I'm scared of the American ones, but we'll see. I think America is going to blow it, and the Japanese ones are so good, and the commentating and the interviews and the reactions, and it's just so Japanese. And like for them to Americanize it, I don't know. I'm worried about it, but we'll see. I know that a lot of these guys like Trujillo and Grant and a lot of the skaters over here have been doing them. So I have any of those aired yet? I haven't seen the American ones yet.
Well, they did. There are videos of when they did the Nike weekend in San Francisco.
But there's not the show, right?
I haven't seen the American equivalent. I've only seen the Japanese one, and they're very sparing about how often they roll them out. Like they do all these like short plugs for it for weeks on end, and then finally the whole episode goes onto YouTube, and then you have to wait a really long time for the next one. But they're cool. They're really cool, So
yeah, those are good. If you have a chance to watch them, I suggest you do. I think it's one of those things that you could have your mom and dad and people in the house that have no idea what skateboarding is and still enjoy it. It's got a lot of comedy and like, you're trying to grind a rail over a water pit and just different things like that. So it's pretty fun. I think late night with a few beers is probably really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's our friend Chris Pastras works with Red Bull to set up events, and Red Bull has done a few that were pretty cool. They maybe not reached the level of Casso, but they had one, I think it was called the Roller Coaster, and it was a downhill switchback course with quarter pipes and gaps and all this stuff, and it looked fun. Like if I was 20, I'd be all over it, man. Yeah, it really looked cool. So like I love that stuff. It's sort of like obstacle steeplechase obstacle course. It's just different kind of skating, I think it's good stuff.
So it looks like old Glenn's chiming in with Warriors got outdone by the Jets game in hockey, huh? They're outdone by the NHL game. Did you see what the Jets did tonight? Down 3-1 with 2 minutes late, pulled the goalie and scored, pulled the goalie again and scored with 1:06 left. won it at the end of the second overtime.
Wow, that would have been exciting to
Woo!
watch. That would have been exciting to
Might
watch.
have to go watch the end of that one after. Thanks for the heads up on that. I love playoffs. Everything is great. I mean, playoff football, playoff baseball, playoff basketball, playoff hockey. It's all just such a level above what the norm is during the season.
Yeah, what I'm curious about, because I didn't even know they had this until this year, was going to overtime. They had 3-on-3. This weird 3-on-3 overtime to like settle games. I'm pretty sure they're not doing that in the playoffs, but he can chime in and let us know. I would hate to see that. That would be just as bad as having the Manfred Man Ghost Runner in the playoffs in baseball. It's just the dumbest ever.
Cole, how long have you been coming to watch what we do? You don't ask that question. Is there a giveaway tonight? There is a giveaway every show. Every live show, there is a giveaway. And tonight is no different, my friend. To enter, you just leave a comment in the chat. And towards the end of the show, we'll do the old doot, 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 and poof. And I haven't figured out what we're giving away yet today. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, the vibes are high, man. Going into Chicago, I guess Cole said, or Coleman said, is that candy? Ooh. What's up, Christian?
It's not mint condition. It's got a little bit of wear and tear, but it's still pretty damn cool. So we're
Christian Lamelli from the Giants, friend
of
the show. Cleaning up after a huge 4-day win out there, huh? Look at this. Look at this. Adamas Bat's heating up, and it's not the weird one. It's the normal one.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What about, so let's look at the 4-game series, because I don't want this to become a thing, and probably me even just mentioning it is going to make it a thing. But look, everyone knows the Giants have not had an easy time against left-handed starting pitching. The record shows 2-8, 2-9, whatever it is. And this guy that's going straight to the Hall of Fame has not got one win as a Giant yet. So just like Adames had the pressure of getting that first home run off his back, this Verlander thing is starting to, it's not a thing yet, but we need him to get a win fast so that everyone can just relax with that stuff too. Yep. And let's just start beating left-handed pitching, because we know we can. It's just coincidence that those are the games that we've lost, I think.
Yeah. And to be fair to Verlander, I mean, he's had 2 starts where he pitched well enough for the win and it was out of his hands, right? So it's not like he's just falling flat. I mean, I think he's been sort of pitching better and better every start. And I think it's just a matter of time. And the Giants just have to score a few more runs behind him, and then the bullpen has to preserve it. That's it. You know, the other night was a disaster and had nothing to do with Verlander. Verlander was great.
He got webbed.
Yep, totally. Snell may not get a win until June or July this year. Indefinite IL for him. And then here's the other one. So when I was pretty much one of the only people who wasn't bummed on Corbin Burns going to the D-backs, his shoulder and his back now, he's out. So
really,
and not Gallen, but Merrill Kelly is also on the IL. So the Giants will miss both of those guys in that upcoming series, which is great for the Giants. No Corbin Burns and no Merrill Kelly.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist in real life, like lifetime stuff. I do think the 9/11 thing was a little weird. I don't want to get into that, but I'll save us all from that. But I do think there is a conspiracy theory that I believe in baseball, which is these guys that have babies, all of a sudden they get hurt right after the baby's born. Every time. Snell had a baby, he was out for 3 months. Corbin Burns has twins. He's out for however long. This is a ploy to just stay home and not let their wife get super upset that they don't take care of the kids. That's my thought process
It's
on that one.
possible, but there's also guys who just they have 1-2 days of paternity break and then they're right back at it, and they underperform when they come back. So like, is it just new dad stress? I wouldn't know. I don't have kids, right? I mean, I I wouldn't want to. It's too much work, too much responsibility, too much. I'm not about diapers, dude.
Mm.
Really not. So, yeah, you've been mentioning this for years now to me about, oh shit, he's gonna have a kid. It's over now. It's done. It's
Yeah, I
finished.
mean, I've seen it happen time and time again. The wife-induced injury, that's hilarious. Yeah, I just think also it I mean, clearly, look, I don't have kids, but I know enough people that have kids and have been alive long enough to see what happens. And clearly the first year or two is a lot of non-sleeping. You're up at night, you're never knowing when you're able to sleep, you're grabbing any time. That's a tough place to be for a ball player that's playing baseball every day after day after day. So whether they get hurt or not, it seems like they just get sluggish a little bit. I mean, look at our friend Fitzgerald. He just had a he no, he just got married. He
He's
didn't
got
have a
married.
kid yet. Yeah, so okay. So
Yeah,
that rib break is real.
yeah. Yeah, and it's like, hey guys, like time it up so like those kids are born like right when off season begins. Get the first month, 2 months where you're at home with your wife and your kid, and it's all you're still going to the gym every day and staying fit, but like, yeah, those first couple of months of like waking up every hour on the hour, dealing with bottles and diapers and all that crap. Then by the time it's time to report to spring training, it's all good. Everything's under control. You don't have to worry about it. Come on, man. I mean, they need to have like a birthing schedule for the major leagues.
You would think. So Verlander pitched a great game and then it went to shit. Rogers did what he hardly ever does, which is had a rough inning. If they won that game like they should have, then we would have the broom and the sweep. Um, I know it's the Rockies, but we have to play them four series a year, and we have to take care of it. And they are a professional ball club, so you can't take any team lightly. You got to come in and handle business, and the Giants did. So I applaud them. But the things that I'm really looking for more of is Robbie Ray, because he pitched a great game 2 of the series. So let's build off that. And Adames and Chapman too, actually. Both those guys have, Chapman strikes out a lot and he gets beat up for like his hitting and whatnot. He seems to come up with some really big moment hits.
Yep.
That grand slam the other night, let's not overlook things like that. Yes, he can strike out from time to time when there's a runner at third or whatever, but he is the guy that's going to carry this squad. Him and Adames and Jung Hoo Lee. Those are your three guys. And something else that people don't really take into equation, he never misses a game. This is somebody that is completely stable and you can depend on him because he's going to play every game. Maybe they take him out 1 or 2 games a year or whatever, but you can pencil him in. That's a huge thing that people don't realize. So I just want to applaud those guys. And the right side of the diamond, still a little, Wisely's up now, and him and Koss will probably be alternating there. But another applause. Matos looked like a whole different Matos today and yesterday. He's hitting the ball. He looks like he's like not swinging. He was just looking off balance for a while, and hopefully he builds off that. So these are all good things going into a tough road series.
Absolutely. The thing with Chapman, prior to the Grand Slam, he was on a little bit of a skid. He went cold for a week, And then he comes out and he does that. And, on this road trip, he's probably going to be fairly solid. The Matos thing, I mean, I love Matos, dude. I really want good things for him, and I want good things for him with the Giants. I think he was getting so little playing time, so few at bats, that he was just trying to be just a monster home run guy every time he came up. Because if you're only getting 6 plate appearances across, 12 games, yeah, you're going to be trying to do some real damage. But yeah, that home run that he hit, he had another base hit. I mean, it's just like excellent, man. Excellent. Drew a walk, it's like that's good. That's what we want to see. And it's nice to, I think Ramos needed a break. I think Ramos has been just struggling a little bit, scuffling at the plate. And it's, last year he was all-star. He was crushing it. But this year it's a little, I don't know what it is, it's just off to a little bit of a slow start, And it wasn't a real slow start. He was red hot the first 10 days of the season. So, little skid here and there, take a day off. And I'd love to see Matos get more playing time. If Yaz gets a little banged up and he's tired, you can play him over there too, right? Get Matos some more at bats. So, yeah, I agree with this. Lee's had a little bit of a cold stretch, but yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen to everybody. And he's dependable. I mean, today he's only on base was getting hit by a pitch, but a run came in when that happened, right? So, hey.
Look at this. So the Giants missed the Warriors by one day. I was thinking about this because they'll be there Tuesday and Thursday, the Warriors, and then the Giants will play Minnesota Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
Imagine doing the thing where you fly up there Thursday, go to the Warriors game, take Friday to see this, that would be it. You could see the Warriors Thursday and then see the Giants Friday.
Yep.
So you fly up Thursday, see the Warriors game, then you're in town for the 3-day weekend to see the Giants.
And it might actually be warm in Minnesota.
In Minnesota?
Right now.
I don't think. Hey, where's our Minnesota friend? Don't we have a guy up there?
Yeah. I don't
Is
know
that D-Boggs?
No.
Who's the guy that's up there?
Trying to remember now.
Misbehaving says, I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, I got a new segment that I'm gonna drop on you tonight. Speaking of Elliot Ramos, right? I was thinking about, fan cam stuff, and I go to the ball games a lot. So I was thinking, man, I should film some stuff over here, and then, we can show it on the YouTube, or we could blast it on Instagram or whatever. But here's my first attempt. It's called SOBs in the Park.
Giants 8-7, 4-190.
High drive into left center field. Doyle on the move. Still on the move. Forget about it. It is out of here.
Eric Volkin. I was out there. I was ready. Coming right at me. Got it. Right to me. Oh, world difference, man. Right there. Comes in, feels so good. You feel happy. Just a little tosser before the game. It's whatever. Everybody gets one of those. But in a crowd of, 25,000, 20,000 to get it like that feels great. Yeah. I was a starting section for a cool minute. For like half the game I was. No offers on it. No offers. Jersey and a bat. He sold me a jersey because I got his first career home run. So he sold me a jersey from now on, and I would need another bat. I have 4 game home run balls. That was the first one I got on the fly. I have the Ramos first one, that one at 28. Jordan Beck's second career, and Otani, I forgot what number that was. His 26 out of from the 50-50 season. The Ramos one.
As a youngster, I always been around some funk. I'm watching niggas duck.
There you go. That's Eric.
Chewing some serious lumber right there. That's
He's
like
got the
the
so
esophageal splinters.
I saw that home run and he caught it in the celebration, zoomed in on him, and then I seen him the next day. So I was like, let's get you some questions, a little Q&A, start this thing off right with the home run guy catching it.
You could sell that Ohtani ball to some chump Chavez Latrine fan, right?
That's some
over it.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke, that was the guy that caught the ball that was going like this in center field after he caught the Ramos home run. Yes, that was who I interviewed.
The Lizard. Speaking of Dusty Baker, have you seen him out at the park at all? Because he is working with the Giants.
No, he lives up in Sac, so maybe he's doing some River Cats time. I mean, he's been yes, I have seen him at the ballpark occasionally, but he's definitely not regularly there. I think I don't want to say this because it could have been a dream, but I'm pretty sure someone told me his son is doing pretty well wherever he's playing.
Darren?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I think that's true.
Yeah. Well, good thing JT Snow saved his life, huh?
Yeah. That's the best play of all time.
That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, a guy like Dusty Baker with his pedigree, having been the pro that he was for so many years, I mean, I have a hard time forgiving him for 2002, but he's a good baseball mind. You know, he made a bad move in that game, but you know, overall, he's a legit player with a legit history. So anybody like that can talk to young guys probably helps.
For sure. And I think like these are all things that are adding up, especially recently, like Barry Bonds working in the cage with Fitzgerald and JT Snow going down and spending some time with Eldridge and getting him more comfortable at first base. Vogelsong, Pettit. The Giants have this great connection because of Buster that he can get on the call and be like, hey, and the guy's like, me? Sure. You know, like Hunter Pence, I'll do whatever he wants me to do. Like that's what their mentality is. So that is such a different mentality than the analytics division, right? It's like, it's like Hunter's like, I'm going to just go announce games for a season, bro.
Yeah. So you went to 3 of the 4 games. You watched it on TV today. I watched 3 of the 4 games on TV, listened to it on the radio today. So I'm curious, have you seen this thing where they're all huddled around the trainer at the end of the dugout for good luck in the Giants dugout? Okay, so one of the athletic trainers, he's an Asian cat who's down there, Adamas and Matos and Rama and all those guys. They come back into the dugout from an at-bat, and then they cruise down to the far end of the dugout, and one of the training staff guys is there, and they all got their arms around him, and they're hanging on him, and I want to know what that's all about. I think he's like their good luck charm, right?
I don't know, but you just explained something, because you know how the cats are the good luck charms? That's what Yaz is doing after like celebrations. He's going like this.
The Chinese
He's doing like a cat move.
Okay.
So maybe all that's connected. Yeah, I haven't seen what you're talking about, but I saw Yaz doing like the cat stuff, and I was like, "Where's that coming from?" Yeah. So I don't know. Does Christian maybe know? You're down at the park all the time. Maybe you get some insight on that.
Yeah. So I've been watching a lot of games when I was up north, like having the MLB Mix channel with every game that's going on all at the same time, and man, a lot of teams have adopted this sort of Dodgers, like, I don't know what kind of dance these clowns are doing for their stellies, but dude, it's bad. Like, you know, what the Giants are doing, they're putting up the finger or whatever. It's all good. They're saluting the dugout. It's pretty normal. These other guys, I don't know what they're doing, emulating video games or some kind of like dance moves. I don't get it, man.
I think the Seattle one might be the best, right? With the fucking the C, what's that thing called?
Oh, the Trident.
The Trident.
Trident.
I mean, the San Diego one, whatever the one is where they put it's like no, but I like the trident one. I think that one's kind of cool. There's a photo of J-Rod with the trident, and it looks like I can back that.
Yeah. Well, back when Otani was a guy we could actually respect and he was in Anaheim, they had that giant samurai helmet that they brought like from Japan, and they were putting that on people's heads when they came into the dugout after a home run. So I don't know. I've seen some funny ones over the years. They got like the weird jacket they put on somebody, and I don't know. I like the Giants one is Adames is over there to lift the guy's helmet off so he can go through the high five line without his helmet on. I like that stuff. So, and they did it for him today. So,
Right, where they take it for that's not bad.
Yeah, cool. Doesn't need any props,
Didn't they ban the oversized hat celebration? Seems weird when they allow so many random things. Yeah, there is a fine line. It's kind of like in football too, right? Where they said no celebrating except for these type of celebration or like pose. It's hard. I don't really get it. I don't understand if it's just discrepancy, like it's just a decision from the refs and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so I was just about to say you got some footage of the Dodgers celebration that they do.
There you have it. Get Kike. Get Kike. Get Kike down in LA.
Oh,
the
man.
Doyers put another person on the IL, and they had to call up not Ha-Sung Kim, but Ha-Seong Kim, the other Kim.
Hae-Sung Kim.
Yeah. Hae-Sung, not Ha-Sung.
Ha-Sung and Hae-Sung.
Hae-Sung, bring up Hae-Sung. Yeah, so the Dodgers are getting hurt more than ever. But people could say, oh, it's bad luck, this and that. It's not really bad luck when you look at guys' track records. Like, has anyone ever seen Glasnow pitch a complete season? Like, you kind of know what you're getting with a lot of these guys. They're phenomenal athletes when they're healthy. And that when they're healthy thing is a very, very big asterisk because look at Snell back on the IL. So it's like how much, and the thing that bothers me, and I'm worried about this since we're talking about the Dodgers, is there a chance, getting back to conspiracies in baseball only, not life, just baseball? Shohei Ohtani, he's apparently not able to pitch yet. Are they just going to like let him pitch the last month so he can be in the postseason and pitch and make this like, the first ever like Bubba? It's like, it kind of feels like it might be getting to that. So keep your eyes on that one for another Ohtani ruined baseball moment.
Yeah, Fox Sports, MLB, and the Dodgers organization all colluding to do some kind of promo again, like, oh, Ohtani pitches again in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Whatever stupid stuff. So here's the trippy thing. The Dodgers, I believe the Dodgers lost tonight. Yeah.
Did they? I didn't see.
I think so.
I was too busy watching my Dub Nation.
Yeah. And so traditionally the Dodgers, the offense hasn't really been the problem. The starting pitching generally wasn't the problem. It was the bullpen. Was just weak sauce for a decade, right? Their bullpen was the liability. This year, they got a really good bullpen, and the rotation is a mess. I mean, their guys are dropping like flies, and like, I'm sorry, but Roki Sasaki, I'm not that impressed. Really not. I mean, Yamamoto seems pretty solid, but yeah, Sasaki's just whatever.
Yamamoto's been pitching really well. Yeah,
he's been good.
Sasaki's green, and he needs to. Apparently, he goes poop a lot in the dugout, so he needed like 8 bidets, not 1, not 2, but like 8. That's such an interesting thing. Like, hey, I don't know which team I'm gonna go to, but if you get a bidet, there's a better chance that I can go to that one because I poop a lot in the dugout. It's like, why don't you just jump in the shower and you'd go full enema then? It's the same thing.
And look, everybody likes a clean ass. Okay, that's one easy way to get it. But I don't know. I mean, It's just, dude, this is America. We don't really like go in for all that shit, you know? It's like, oh, we need the fancy European toilets and the, you know, it's like Demolition Man, the 3 seashells, right? They wake Sylvester Stallone up after like decades, and he's like goes to the bathroom and he's like, "Where's the toilet paper?" And they're all laughing, saying he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells because apparently in the future they don't have toilet paper. But yeah, come on,
farts
man.
are always funny.
Farts are always funny.
I don't like it wet and wild.
Yeah, if you want that kind of action, you can either go to the proctologist or the water slide. One of the two. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh boy. Let's take a look over here. It's always interesting to see how hard it is to find this thing. Okay. So apparently, if you go to the National League West, you got the Doyas 23-11, Padres a half game back 22-11, and the Los Gigantes 22-13, 1.5 behind the first place club. Diamondbacks 18-16, just right in a little bit above 500, five games back.
Out. Yeah.
And the Colorado Rockies with a healthy 6-28 record, only 17 back. They should make a nice run soon.
I almost feel bad for I do feel bad for Bud Black because it's just he's been the manager in Colorado forever, and he's a forever Giant. Bud Black was a great pitcher for the Giants for a few years. Like, I hate to see bad things happen to good people, but that's just life, you know. It's a bummer.
Where was I when? During the earthquake, during the Warriors win, during the Giants game? Johnny Cash said it, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. I don't know. Where was I? I was definitely watching it whenever it was on, though. Today, I was at the game, pre-gaming with Robbie, and then I came home and watched it on TV, and then took a little nap. I haven't been feeling super hot, and then watched the Warrior game, and we had a nice salmon with teriyaki rice and some bell peppers for dinner. Any other questions?
Yeah, I like the dinner topic. I had a gigantic salad.
How was that drive back? Any traffic?
No, I left pretty early in the morning and managed to get through the whole East Bay slog before the traffic got bad. So I was like across the Richmond Bridge and through Emeryville with no drama. And usually that little stretch from the Richmond Bridge down to the 580 splits like hell, you know. But early Sunday morning, not bad. Have my pot of coffee and I just listening to the KMBR and just driving. You know, it's funny when I drive home from up there, I get down here, the last 20 miles takes longer than the previous 60 miles. Because once you hit the valley down here, it just get to Sepulveda Pass, just crawling. You know?
So you've been down there for long enough. Is there any strategy? Because we're going to go down for like a 2-day quick in and out trip. And like, is it no matter what time it is, just deal with it? Or is there some strategies?
Well, the commute windows have gotten longer and longer and longer in the years since I've been here. Like, it's kind of like the Bay Area now. Like, traffic starts at 1 in the afternoon, 1:30 in the afternoon. So the trick to Southern California is knowing surface street alternatives to the freeway. And then timing is key. Timing is key, you know.
Okay.
So, I mean, like when I drive from here to there, if I leave here at around, 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, it's after the morning commute here. And by the time I get all the way up to Marin County, the evening commute is already pretty much over.
There was a time where I went down to the combi contest. I got to Magic Mountain from San Francisco faster than I got from Magic Mountain to the combi.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was like,
That's what I'm
this
talking
is
about.
insane.
Yeah, it's just
Oh
you get
my
into the
God.
high. Listen, it's high density population,
Yeah.
right?
No, I get it. I just wish that there was like, dude, because in San Diego, when you cruise to LA, there's times that if you go at that time, you're golden.
Yeah.
But in LA, it feels like the morning commute just is ending and then the afternoon commute starting or something. Like it seems, but I understand your idea about the off-roading. But man, the freeways alone, because I don't go down there that much, I'd get lost real easy, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's you can kind of map out like depending on where you're going. Sometimes it's not really economical to take surface streets if you're just going like straight shot point A to point B on the highway. But yeah, we've got some sneaky routes down here for sure.
Mm,
And that's
it's a
the thing. Like if you're going from LA to San Diego, they got the toll roads that run down behind like where Etnies and Lake Forest and all that is. Like they got a
yeah.
road that runs up through the mountains behind there and drops you right down in San Juan Capistrano, just above whatchamacallit, uh, Pendleton, right?
Camp Pendleton. Yeah.
So you take that toll road. I mean, I don't know what it costs now. It's probably like $7 to take that from. But
The toll roads are worth it down there.
Oh, that one toll road, like I can't tell you how many times went to like ASR trade shows or whatever, went down to San Diego for a grind for life or whatever it was. And like me and MRZ would just saddle up and we always took the toll road, man. It was easy. Except now I think you have to have the fast track thing in your car to do it. Used to be you could just pay cash, you know.
Yeah, just leave at midnight, get there by 5 a.m., 6 a.m. That's the old me. I that would definitely be the old
Yeah.
me, but I have a hard time staying up like that these days. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe if I went to bed and woke up at midnight, that might work. But
Yeah, I used to do the drive from here to up there, like leave here at like 9 o'clock at night, get there at 3 in the morning, whatever. But yeah, I'm not super good with that anymore.
thanks, Christian Lomelli, for coming through. Good to see you out here. We'll see you soon. Yeah. Let's talk about this upcoming series. We got Monday, Root versus Boyd. Tuesday, Verlander versus Ray or Rhea, REA. And then Wednesday, we got our Ray versus their Brown. I don't see any of their top pitchers pitching against us. So if our pitching can do well, I think we got a good chance of not getting swept, like our friend
Yeah.
Coleman said.
Yeah, just have to hold their offense to keep them quiet because the Cubs have been pretty explosive, right?
Oh,
They've been
yeah.
playing really, really well. And, it's going to take good pitching. It's going to take good defense, which the Giants have great defense this year so far. I think they've been really solid. They've had a couple of hiccups here and there, but mostly been really good defense. And of course, it's a wild card because, dude, Wrigley's crazy. It plays small and the weather's always unpredictable and anything can happen. But I think the Giants have a good shot at possibly getting a series win. And look what they did on the road to start the year. I mean, they did great on that long road trip. So I think they're seasoned for it. They're ready for it, And I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good.
All right. Well, let's hope so. I mean, let's just keep winning. I'm not sure who the other it's crazy, right? Like, when was the last time that you were score checking and standings checking the first week of May? Like, we're like, what's the Diamondbacks doing? What's the Dodge? Like, that to me is like, whoa, that alone is like we're in a whole different level. Like, we're up there with the big boys and we're pound for pound doing it.
I'll tell you what it is for me. I mean, I'm not a crazy day-to-day standings watcher at this point in the season. However, the Buster Posey effect is part of it because it's just exciting. You're excited for the team. But the bigger thing is we expected the NL West to be a blowout, right? That the Dodgers were going to come in and just shit down everybody's neck and the Padres were going to be a fourth place team and the Giants maybe had a shot at second, but being already way back at this point in the season, look how tight this race is in the division, right? It's 1.5 games separate the top three teams, right? 5 games to 4th place. Colorado doesn't count, but I mean, that's a reason, that you'd be looking at it, because it's like, damn, it's tight right now. It's tight. And the fall off hasn't happened like everybody's trying to predict, right? All the I want to be able to say I told you so people. Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Yeah. I told you that I didn't tell you so. And that is my new album. I think that we're gonna see so many different players contributing this year as like a Robbie Ray. Holy shit, that was such a great game. And then the next day, Adamas. And it's not just like all chips on one dude.
Yep.
The team aspect of that and how they just all seem to like, the camaraderie, if you will. It just feels really different and cool. And I think, except for, here's the problem, and Christian will echo me louder than myself. When the Giants fill the stands, a lot of people are in there maybe for their first time or something. I don't know what's going on, but there all of a sudden starts this thing. And we don't do the wave in San Francisco. That's that beach ball LA stuff. And literally, I was talking to my friend and I was like, hey, we don't do the wave. And he's like, why not? And then they started doing the wave. And I literally missed Elliot Ramos, whatever. I don't know what he did. But the next thing he was like at first, and I'm like, because of that.
Because somebody did this in front of you.
I can't see when there's everybody.
Then you're not going to want to go read the comments thread on the KMBR Instagram post that showed it. They had a video clip of it, and basically they were making sort of a sarcastic comment about it. And then all these people came in the comments, and you know how it is on social media. You're like, oh, cue the butt hurt. We don't do that here, people. And like, there's all these people that just think it's, people are just having fun. And it's like, no, like, look, big part of baseball is traditions, okay? Rituals, things that go in certain parks and things that don't, okay? This is what gives baseball flavor. This is what creates rivalries. This is what the whole game is about. And you're going to come in and you're going to taint Oracle Park because you wanted to do that. Because what, are you bored? I mean, the wave started because people were bored, right? At football games, soccer games, whatever it was. It was a boring game. Oh, let's do this. And pretty soon it turned into a thing, right? But like, come on, people. I can understand, like, this is what needs to happen, okay? The lifers, the old timers, the people that are out at the yard every single game, year in and year out, educate the people who come in who aren't familiar with how it works and how to do it. Because there is a right way. You can be a total blow it, and nobody likes a blow it. So yeah,
exactly.
I'm like, yeah. And like there's Dodger fans that see that and they're like, so
yeah,
ain't no
good. Well, the wave is one of the worst things. We know that. But second to the wave, I think that we might have to go with Christian Cooper's concern with the backup catcher. That's right, kids. Sam Huff was at it again. 1 for 2 with 1 RBI and 1 strikeout. He's now batting .233, which somehow dropped his average a little. I don't know how that works when he was 1 for 2. He must have played in another series and we didn't catch their stats, but he's played in 12 games. He's got 30 at bats. And for some reason, this box score didn't tell me if he had anyone cut or if anyone stole bases on him or if he caught them. So maybe no one tried. I don't know what that is, but that is our Christian Cooper's backup catcher concern with Sam Huff. And apparently no one's concerned about the guy that's down at Papago. Mr. Murphy, who's getting paid the real big bucks and nowhere to be seen. So
there was an update on the Giants injuries and transactions thread, which basically said projected return June, but it also said he just went in and had a second epidural and he's completely shut down from any and all baseball activity. So maybe I should shift my backup catcher concern to the second or third string backup catcher concern at this point, right? Because Sam Huff surprised me a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were clamoring for Stassi. So I think the brakes are on that. The other thing I do want to mention too, because I've been a pretty big proponent for Mr. Doval, and he's been pitching great again. And this is just another example to me of baseball being 162 games. It's not a marathon, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And just because one or two hiccups, don't throw in the towel. Sometimes you see these guys have a lot of potential and they're just not clicking for whatever reason. I'm excited as all hell to see our bullpen evolve. I think it's only going to get better. I think we might see Hicks in it eventually. I think we got Walker, Rogers, Doval, Randy Rodriguez, Miller. Is Harrison going to be in there now? I mean, this thing is getting stacked, guys. So if we got the lead in the 6th inning, you might want to start penciling in the W. Like those kind of things are huge for everybody just to relax a little and play, fundamental baseball.
Yeah. And I mean, Bivens did get touched up a little bit in garbage time today, right? But
yeah,
Bivens has been pretty solid up until today. And yeah, I mean, I definitely was giving a very critical eye to Doval going into this year because last year was just a train wreck, and, he had a couple of hiccups, but man, he's looked really good. And I think we were talking about last series, he looked like vintage 2021 Doval, breaching 100 miles an hour, trusting his fastball, not throwing so many sliders, like really dominant, and he looked more confident, he wasn't shrugging his shoulders and he looked like a little more focused. So I'm glad for that. And after Walker had those 2 complete dumpster fires, he's been solid, so yeah, I'm with you. The bullpen I think it's only going to get better, and Rogers, all the Rogers people are going to come out and be, yeah. I mean, that's one of maybe 2 bad appearances Rogers is going to have all year. And we could tally him up at the end of the season, but I'll bet you he's going to pitch more innings than anybody in the major leagues out of the bullpen, and he's going to be way better. So there we go.
Agreed. Well, are we going to give away the candy card? Is that what we're doing?
We can do that. I'll have to package it up and get it ready to send. And like I said, it's not mint condition or anything. It's just it's a card I've had around for a long time.
I don't think we apologize for giving things away for free, no matter what condition they're. Hey, Brooke, I don't know if you heard the news, but Kyle Harrison is in Chicago with the Giants. He has been called up. They DFA'd Trevino today after the game, and Harrison's joining the team. So Luciano's still playing left field. He doesn't look like even somebody that teams are going to be anxious to trade for at this stage. We'll see. I mean, he's got some power down there, but as we keep saying, he's never hit a home run in the big leagues, which is concerning. I think something about his focus or something. He just he's one of those guys that he has all the potential, but it's not happening. And then he has back injuries and different things too. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We'll have to see. But we got a good squad. We got a good outfield. We got first base, second base is a little dicey. Those would be the areas of improvement. And when Gerard comes back, giving Wilmer a day or two off every week so Gerard can be in there, that's going to help his legs, because I think Wilmer's legs are going to be a huge importance to keep them not tired, because once they get tired, then he's kind of a different Wilmer. So kind of like how Steve Kerr was bringing Curry in and out of the game tonight, preserving those legs for the fourth quarter. And then it was Curry time. Night.
And you know what's cool about what I noticed about that Warriors game tonight is that Curry I don't think he had any points in the first quarter.
Right. He was 0 for 5.
But he was contributing in other ways. He had steals, he had rebounds. I mean, he was getting other things done, right? And so that's what we like out of a Giants team. You got guys that, they're not going to hit a home run for you every day, and they may not even get a hit every day, but they're going to take their walks. They're going to steal their bases if they get on. Like they're going to hit sack flies. I mean, everybody just like looks for, what do we need right now in this moment? How can I help the team win? And that's what Curry did, right? I mean, and then he got in there and got it on later in the game. But I mean, a lot of it in the beginning was defense, right? Mm-hmm. And that's like, nobody thinks of Steph Curry as a defensive player, but he had it tonight. So yeah. What did I missed it? Buddy Hield hit a shot from the half court
at the buzzer.
At the buzzer. I was listening to it on the radio and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, the announcers were losing it. So
really?
Yeah.
And the radio must have been, yeah. I mean, that's weird.
Basketball is tough on radio. It's you can kind of visualize it, but not really.
Yeah, I bet.
Baseball is perfect for radio. I mean, you can see in your head exactly what's going on with the guys we got. So I'm all about it.
Well, should we do this giveaway?
Yeah, let's give away the Candy Maldonado card. The tops.
Guys. Candido. Basketball, my first love, but NBA sucks. This year's playoff haven't. All right, so Candy Maldonado is coming to someone, and we are going to get it underway right now. If there's anyone watching right now that hasn't left a comment, do it real quick, and you'll be in this drawing. Otherwise, you're not going to make it into there. What we have here is failure to communicate. All right. How come it never works? I always want it to work, and then it's so weird. Why? Sharing this tab to StreamYard copies. Oh, yeah. Is it because? Oh, there it is. I'm still new at this StreamYard stuff, guys. Sorry. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Brooke.
Congratulations to Brooke Sugi. That's the first time we're here on the show. Brooke will be sending you the lovely Candido Maldonado card from probably 1988 or something like that.
Yeah, I can tell you.
All you got to do is email your address and we will put it in the mail package, and you might even get a Skaters on Baseball sticker along with that.
I think there will be a few stickers included with that hot number.
Appreciate all you guys tuning in and leaving comments. That's the way that we get the more entries. And I think it's also a way somehow to get a little bit of love in the algorithm, apparently.
Yeah.
And, I'm all about the algorithm. I'm an analytics guy that hates analytics. Let's put it that way. Huh?
Yeah,
heck yes, Brooke. Good on you.
Yep.
Anything else we should drop out on before we hit the road?
No, just everybody should get hyped up for this Cubs series. I think these are going to be some really exciting games, and it's going to be a tough one for the Giants, but I think they can they go in there with the right attitude, and they're going to play the Cubs tough. You know, they're not going
And
to lay
it's
down.
4:40 baseball, so
Yep.
that's kind of fun. Like getting
Yeah.
off work and the game's starting already, and
Yep.
you could actually watch the whole game and eat a late dinner if
Yep.
you want something like
Yeah.
that. I've been doing that.
Yep.
I hopped GSTS. What does this say here? I hopped GSTL, and they are all complaining.
Oh, Giant Sports Talk Live. No.
Oh no. Complaining about what?
Those guys over there on that Staters on Baseball channel are just too positive.
No, they're complaining because the Giants are winning in a way that is not pleasing them. They want the Giants to keep winning, but in a different way. You see, this isn't sustainable, even though it's May. Give it till June. And then in June, they're like, give it to July. It's going to crack. It's like my grandpa always told me, predict a sweep. It'll happen eventually. Yeah, it's going to be a fun series, Chicago. And Coleman and Chardall doing the play-by-play. You got a Cubs and a Giants fan. I'm going to tune in over there and see that for a little bit. Maybe we can get them on our show after or something.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I it's interesting the takes that people have out there in the world. Like there's a lot of different perspectives and viewpoints, but what it really boils down to is you're either on the positive side of things or you're on the negative side of things. It is just simple, right? And I think we've been on the positive side of things ever since Buster got his contract to be the president. So keep it rolling.
I'm still confused about the normie. Is that what they call it? A normie? Is that like a fan that has no negative approach or something?
A homer?
No, I know Homer. There's homers, there's haters, but I thought they were calling them the normies. Like that was the big, but the thing I don't understand is like, let's say that I grew up in Minnesota and I was a Vikings fan and the Vikings won the Super Bowl. Would I be like, yeah, but Fran Tarkenton missed 6 passes and the kicker sucks? And it's like, I don't know. And this lucky thing, you're in the wrong sport. It's not luck, bro. Everything's luck. You roll the dice every day you wake up and get out of bed, if you want to put it that way. But this is baseball and there's a lot of things happening. The ball rolls, people make mistakes. It's the human elements. It's just, it is what it is. And the energy is real. You put negative energy into the world, you're going to see negative things happen. You put positive energy into the world and we can maybe have a positive life. I mean, that's the only way I can look at it. I mean, if I'm going to throw in the towel, it's going to get thrown way deep.
Yeah. And I'm psyched that most of our people that are here in the chat are kind of on the same page as us, right? Like listening to the radio today and hearing these people go, oh, well, they should have signed Alonso, or they should have signed this guy, or they should have signed that guy. You know what? Season's already started. They got a roster. They got their guys. That ain't happening. That ship sailed, right? You want to talk about some trade acquisitions maybe further down the road during the season? Yeah, could happen. But like all those guys they didn't sign that got signed by other teams are not coming. Torkelson is not coming.
Yeah. Although I would love to see him. I would love to see him come. The other thing too that I will add to that is you don't know what the end goal is of these people's strategy when they're putting together a team. Maybe they're not getting this guy because that's going to block what they really want to do, like 3 steps down the road. Like if we get Alonso, that's going to mess this up. If we get this guy, it's going to mess this up. Like, just watch. It's going to be, this is the closest thing to life. I think it's like every day you can't get too high, too low. You got to ride that even keel and you got to have patience. Patience is so important. So like, just enjoy today. Today was awesome and get ready for tomorrow. That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, it's not a race. It's a marathon, right? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it is a little bit of a chess match. Like, you got to be thinking like a season or two ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why they go out and they sign the long-term deals with Chapman, with Lee, and with Adames, right? Foundational pieces. Now we start plugging in other things around them after we take stock of what we got. And I think that's pretty much where they're at. And I only see things getting better and better as time goes by. You know, I think they're rebuilding the culture and the image of the team and the franchise, that will attract other high profile stars to come to the team. It really will, you know, and the fan support is coming back, and that also does it. So
100%.
Good.
And it's great to see the Rockies filling the stadium, because that hasn't happened in a long time. So I'm excited to see Harrison. It's a new piece, an old friendly new piece. We know him and we know what he's capable of. So if he can get back to what he's capable of, he's going to be as lethal as Birdsong. Like, we forgot about Birdsong when we're talking about the bullpen. As of right now, like, we got some lights out guys in there. It's fun, man. Let's enjoy it. Let's watch it happen, and let's see who can hit one over the Ivy this week. Yeah. I'm betting Adames hits another home run in Chicago. That's what my I'm going with that.
I think there's a good chance for that, and I think I'm going to pick Luis Matos as my dark horse X factor guy for this road trip. I think that if he gets a few more plate appearances, things are going to start really heating up for him. So I hope so. I hope I'm right.
Well, me too. Thanks, everybody. If you have not subscribed, please do. We love comments. We love critique. We love like ideas more so. Like, if you got some good ideas, hey, you guys should try doing this or whatever, please bring it, because we ain't no ego here. We just want to make it funner and better. So please subscribe, and that will get you notified every time we do a show. Tomorrow is another day, which means another baseball game. What other sport can you say that in? That's all I got to say. And as Ralph Barbieri said, angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
Yeah, the razor.
The razor, baby. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Skaters on Baseball. If you liked what you heard, please spread the word, give us a good review, or hell, blow us up on your social media if you're down. Follow us at Skates on Base on Instagram for baseball news and other fun stuff. We love comments and listener participation, so bring it with an audio clip or an email. You can email us at skatersonbase@gmail.com. We're everywhere you get your podcasts, and we'll be here all season long.
Let's go, San Francisco. Let's go, Giants.
Dude, that was one of the most mind-blowing shows I've seen to this day.
Much love.
Adios! Pelota!
See you soon. Thank you.
And I am forever a Giant.